3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph podcast.
We are back on your listening device, Puff and Steph, hanging out. Thank you guys very much for checking out the podcast. Somebody got a haircut.
I did, and my best friend Liz is my hairdresser, so I'm very lucky. She's like my personal stylist, and she curls it for me. I can't curl my hair like this, but she makes it look so easy. I don't know how she does it.
All right, so this is going to shock you. I know very little about women's hair.
Makes sense.
How come she can curl it and you can't? Is it the tools that she has? What's going on?
I don't know, honestly. Like, I'm not as good at it. Like, when I try to do it, it just doesn't look the same as when she does. I don't know I guess it's just the way that I do it.
Well, you should get her.
She's a pro.
You should get her to show you, and then you can, do what she does.
She has, but it still just never looks the same. I mean, it's what she does, so she's just good at it. She makes it look easy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to tell you how to do anything, but I mean, I do my own hair. So.
Do you seriously?
Yeah, I know it's going to come as a shock.
It looks great.
Yes, I know. It's always nice and looking good.
Oh, yeah.
So, again, I'm not going to tell you it's easy. We all struggle with our own issues. But, if I can do mine, you can do yours. Yours seems just,
right, I should be able to.
Slightly more complicated than mine.
Just a little.
Today's show brought to you by Freisinger Hyundai. Right on the price, right on the pike. October specials. You got to finance with Hyundai Motor Financing, but when you do, you get 0% APR on 2020 Elantras, Sonatas, Konas, and Santa Fe's. Good credit, bad credit, Freisinger Hyundai does not care. They will help people in all credit situations. Check out one of Carlisle Pike's best kept secrets. Freisinger Hyundai, right on the price, right on the pike. So, we're going to start off with a little bit of Stump Steph. I'm just curious. We're going to talk a little bit of holidays, but we're going to go with the holiday that's coming up first, and that's Halloween. I know it's not the holiday you want to talk about, but it's the holiday that's coming up first in Halloween.
Oh, no, I like Halloween.
Google has released its top Halloween costume searches. How many of the top 10 do you think you're going to be able to guess?
Oh, probably like 3.
That's it? You think 3?
I don't have much confidence in myself.
Okay, go for it.
Wait, are these, now this is important. Are these like popular this year or just in general?
They said it's the top Halloween costume searches, so I'm going to assume it's for this year. Yeah.
See, this is hard because I'm trying to think about what's popular this year. Like,
let me give you a hint. Let me give you a hint. This could be any year. It really could. There's nothing specific to 2020 really in this search.
None of them are specific. It's not like the little COVID ball or something.
No, I was a little shocked too when I saw this.
Okay, so none of them seem to be specific to 2020 for some reason.
Right.
Okay. A nurse.
Nurse did not make the list.
A sexy cat.
Sexy cat did not make the list.
I guess this is just what my Instagram, the people I follow on Instagram do.
Yeah, probably. I guess this could be kids,
a superhero.
Kids or adults. So either one. What was it? What did you just say?
A superhero.
Yep. Spider-Man was number 10. And that's the only. It's the only superhero that made the list, but not the only comic book character to make a list.
Okay. So these are specific because I'm also thinking like a famous person, but I couldn't come up with which one.
No, Spider-Man was specific, and then there's one more specific thing, but pretty much everything else is pretty generic.
Generic. Okay. So what? All I can think of is like cats. I mean,
cats.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of like specific things. Honestly, I can't even think of anything.
What do you think of when you think of Halloween?
Oh, a ghost.
A ghost actually didn't make it, but you're on the right track.
A mummy.
No, not a mummy.
Pumpkin?
No. when you think of Halloween characters, what would you think?
Frankenstein.
No. There's a famous movie about 3 of them.
A witch.
Yeah, that's the number one thing.
Okay. Spider-Man, a witch.
That's what
I
you
don't
got.
know. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with this.
Yeah, you're really striking out. I'll help you out. Number 2 is awesome. I want to see more of these. Number 2 is dinosaur. Can there please have a bunch of dinosaurs show up to my house, please? That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's a good little kid costume.
The other specific character was number 3 was Harley Quinn. That's still very popular. Rabbit was 4. Never would have guessed Rabbit. Clown was number 5. Never would have guessed Clown.
Ew.
Angel. Like, you're going to dress up like an angel for Halloween? Okay. 7
common?
was a Fortnite character. Number 8 was the devil, or a devil. And number 9 was Ninja. And 10 was your Spider-Man. So, it wasn't the easiest list to guess.
No, it really wasn't.
But there was a couple that you definitely should have got. Like, which took you forever. But that's okay.
Right.
You know, we're going to move on to a holiday that you want to talk about.
Christmas!
I want to get your take on this because I don't know where you're going to stand because you are a Christmas traditionalist. You like traditions. You like Christmas the way you've had it for years. You're not always, no offense, you're not always open to the new Christmas trends. Sometimes you are, but a lot of times you're not. You're very much like, that's not the way it should be done. It's not the way I've done it. I'm not interested in doing it that way.
Right.
You don't necessarily knock people for doing it their way. You just say, that's not for me.
Yeah. Like the upside down Christmas tree trend, like stuff like that.
Right.
No.
Well, we're going to talk about a new Christmas tree trend. A company has come out with what they're calling the against the wall Christmas tree. Imagine a tree where the backside has been cut off and a half round Christmas tree is in its place. Instead of taking up this giant, like, huge space in your living room, you can put it against the wall and it sits against the wall and juts out from the wall, thus creating more space for presents and other things.
Oh, that's a good idea. So that you don't have to pull it out farther from the wall for there to be a piece of the tree that nobody sees.
Right.
See, that's interesting, but like we put ours in front of a window, so I would never get something like that. Right. But it kind of makes sense. But to me, it's less tree to decorate, and that is a problem.
And the cost is a little nuts. It's $250 for half a tree. Now, we have a fake one. You have a fake one, right? You have a fake tree?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
We go back and forth. We do both.
Sure. Since I'm allergic to them, we have to have a fake one. And I think I went out and bought ours at Home Depot years ago. Actually, when we first moved into this house, I was like, it's our first Christmas here. Let's start a brand new tradition. I'm going to go out and buy a tree. So I went out and I got this nice tree, I think from Home Depot or Lowe's. And I want to say it was like $150. And it's nice. It's tall, big. It takes up a lot of space, but we have space, so it works out. So you're telling me for half of the tree, you'd have to pay $100 more than what I paid for my tree?
Right. Like, why is it more expensive?
I'm
Just
getting
because
less
it's like
tree.
A novelty?
I'm getting less tree for like almost double the money. This is ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
The company says it's for those who want to fully celebrate the holiday but find themselves with limited space. Great for apartments. Yep, I completely understand that. So, Steph, you never know when you eventually do move out and you have your apartment or your home, and maybe it's a small one. Like I started out in a tiny little studio apartment, my first place. This tree would have been perfect for it. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll be rocking the half tree. Never know.
You know what, though? To me, personally, I think it's a good idea and will work for some people. But for me, like, part of the fun is, like, having a full tree and having to decorate even, like, the back of it.
Okay.
Like, I like to be able to decorate the whole thing. But that's just because I literally like 95% elf. For a lot of people, they'd rather not have to decorate. To decorate less of it would be easier.
Well, for a lot of people, when they decorate the back of the tree, that's where they put the the ornaments they don't like, but the back of your tree is the window. So what's more important to you? How the tree looks from the outside in, or what it looks like on the inside?
Well, that's why we decorate like the whole thing. We go all the way around.
Right, but do you have specific ornaments that you put at the window?
We really try to like spread them out. I have I'm very particular about making sure like they're all evenly spread so that there's the same level on the front and the back.
Oh my God, I bet you're a nightmare when it comes to that stuff. Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine. Oh my God.
I mean, I don't know if my family would call me a nightmare, but I guess I'll have to ask them what they think about that.
What are you doing putting that there? It obviously creates an unbalance from the right side of the tree to the left side of the tree. Am I the only one that cares about Christmas around here? This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you very much, insert family member here. You just ruined my Christmas. Thank you.
I mean, I do go hard, and honestly, I have a secret irrational fear about when I have kids and when they want to help decorate the tree, which will be like so much fun. I can't wait, but also it's going to stress me out because they're not going to evenly spread the ornaments out. And I know we used to do that when we were younger, and then after we went to bed, my mom would have to like redistribute them evenly.
Of course, it's gonna be the worst experience of your life. You're gonna I wish I never had these kids. They're ruining Christmas. It's awful.
Ruining Christmas.
It's awful. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, we got that advice column. It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone! American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you! Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
We do it on Thursdays where Steph and I try to solve the world's problems. Are we qualified to do that? No. Did we go to school for any type of psychiatry or therapy or anything? Counseling? Nope. We both went to school for communications, and that means we talk good. That's about it. So
that's all we got.
What makes us want to do this? Because we need to fill some time on the show on Thursday. So let's do it. The advice column. This person bypassed me for some reason and went right to Steph. So you have it. I have not heard this one yet. So let's go. Advice column begins now.
So this person would like to remain anonymous, and she would like the person she's talking to also remain anonymous. So we're going to call her Rachel.
Rachel.
And the guy, Rachel, what's up, girl? And the guy's name is Todd. So
it's such
Rachel
a made-up
said,
name. I know one guy named Todd. That's it. It's such a made-up name.
Actually, I know a few, but it does sound like a made-up name.
Todd.
Hey, Todd. Hey, Puff and Steph. I'm hoping that you can help me with this problem I've been having. I've been single for a little while now. I wasn't really dating at all during quarantine, but towards the end of the summer, some mutual friends had introduced me to Todd.
Todd.
We started dating. Things were going really well at first. We were hanging out a lot for several weeks. He seemed very interested in me and always wanted to see me again and plan the next time we were going to hang out. I thought that things were going great. But then in more recent weeks, he seems to be becoming less and less interested. We had never really defined our relationship, so it wasn't anything serious or official. I don't really want to be the one that has to make the conversation happen, because I kind of feel like the guy should do that. Should I start backing off too and acting the way he is, or try to talk to him about it?
Rachel. Now, I don't know anything about you, but I'm going to go ahead and assume halfway decent person. I mean, you listen to us, so already I can tell that you have at least that going for you.
Right, you have to be pretty great.
Right. I've yet to meet one of our followers that isn't pretty great. So, I'm sure there's a couple out there, probably dudes. Anyway, it all boils down to feeling valued and being desired, right? So at first, if he is all about you and trying to make plans and trying to see you and things like that, and then he stops, what does that tell you? Does that mean, I mean, obviously it's going to tell you that he's less interested than what he was a week or two or four before, and that perhaps he's focusing on other things. Could it be other girls? Yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean that, but it could be. But I'm a firm believer that if you're dating someone and you're interested in someone, there is absolutely nothing wrong. And this is a guy problem more than a girl problem, but it's also a girl problem. If you're interested in someone, there is absolutely nothing wrong with making your intentions known. That is
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good thing.
That's right. That's what I'm saying, is that there's nothing wrong with telling someone that you're interested in them and then turning around and showing them you're interested in them by trying to plan things, by making sure that they know that you're important to them. You know, I think people are so worried about getting that title of like clingy put on them, stage 5 clinger, or like, oh, he was nice, but man, he was really eager. Like, I'm sorry that he liked you and wanted to spend time with you. Oh, God forbid, you know, but that is a real.
And girls have to, and from a girl's point of view, they have to be worried about being called crazy.
Right, but that's, I mean, there are guys that get clingy way too fast. Right? Like, hey, do you want to hang out tonight? Oh, sorry, I have plans. With who? Who do you have plans with? Tell me. Like, you know, if it's like week 2 or 3, maybe don't do that. Okay. And girls can be crazy too. Sorry, I can't hang out this weekend. Fine. Go hang out with whatever hoe you're hanging out with then. Like,
have fun.
Like, those situations exist. They really do. But, like, assuming that Rachel's not like that, if like you want to feel valued in a relationship and you can't, if this is just the start of one and he's already pulling this whole like games, like make you chase after him or whatever, like why do you do that? Why does anyone do that unless they're not as interested? Because I'm sorry, if I'm really interested in a person, I like, okay, so we're gonna hang out on Tuesday night, okay, and then again, when are we gonna hang out after that too? Like, do you want to hang out like Friday again? Like, you want to just pencil me in for the weekend at some point as well? Right,
and that's how it should be. And I am super like cheesy, hopeless romantic, and I'm such a firm believer that everybody, okay, I should say aside from like murderers, but like everybody else
aside from murderers, this doesn't count for murderers, all right? Murderers, this doesn't apply to you.
But everybody else, I think that they deserve to have someone who does make their intentions clear and makes them feel special and like you said, feel valued. So if he's not feeling that way, honestly, maybe he is losing interest, which he should be communicating that. Maybe he's not great at communication. Or honestly, maybe these two people just aren't on the same page and don't want the same thing,
right.
you know?
Right. And Rachel, I'm sorry. Like, I'm kind of with Steph on this one. Like, I'm a firm believer in a man goes after what he wants. Now, that doesn't mean you're beneath him or anything like that. It's just, and girls can absolutely make the first move if you feel comfortable doing it too. I don't really have a problem with that. But don't you want a man? Don't you want like a guy to chase after you? Don't you want a guy to make you feel special and feel wanted? The second that he starts playing these games where you feel as though you're in the driver's seat and you have to chase after him, to me, what are you chasing after? You're not chasing after a man. You're chasing after a boy. I don't know how old Todd is, but
yes, preach.
He's a boy. He's not a man. I mean, if he's 30,
exactly.
He's still a 30-year-old boy. Whatever. To me, it was, and I always go back to my wife, right? I'd been friend zoned by so many girls that when I met my wife, I said, I'm actually interested in this girl. I'm going to make my intentions known. We're either going to date or we're not going to talk to each other because I am not having another girl friend in my life. I want a girlfriend, not a girl friend. And
right.
And I made my intentions known and, happily-ish ever after.
Yeah. Well, and she also had said in her note that she didn't feel like she should have to be the one to say like, hey, what is going on here? How do you feel type thing. She wants him to. And I know not everybody agrees with that. And yes, it can come from the male or the female, but I totally agree with her that like, I feel like the guy should step up and like you said, be a man and say like, hey, I don't want you to date other people or, this is what I want or this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
like,
I want to be Facebook
some
official.
People just aren't. Right, Facebook official. Some people just aren't good communicators, honestly. That's a big problem.
And if he's not a good communicator now, when he's trying to impress you, he's definitely not going to be a good communicator when he starts to get comfortable and he realizes he doesn't have to win you over because he's already won you. So if this is something that's coming up early in a relationship, it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's just how it is.
That's true.
Sorry to be that guy that tells you that stuff, but it is what it is. So I think
because it should be the honeymoon phase right now.
It really should.
Should be great.
I think this is a pretty easy situation. You're not stuck with this guy, Rachel. You don't owe this guy anything. Get rid of him next.
Thank you, next.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, did we get it right?
He deserves better.
Did we get it right? Did we get it wrong? Let us know on the Puff and Steph Facebook page. And if you guys ever want a situation handled like we can do, hit us up, puff@puffandsteph.com or on our Facebook page. Slide into the DMs, just like I'm sure Rachel's about to get a lot of dudes sliding into hers now that they know that she's not seeing no one no mo. Okay.
Yeah, girl.
Coming up in just a couple of minutes. Do you want to be on top of the world? It's not going to cost you that much money.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Freisinger Hyundai, a refreshingly different car buying experience. Freisinger Hyundai dedicates itself to customer satisfaction. From the initial sale to the maintenance you'll need during the life of the vehicle, Freisinger Hyundai treats you like family. Check out their large selection of both the latest Hyundai lineup to certified pre-owned and used vehicles. Come see how Freisinger Hyundai drives the difference and tailors the purchase process to your needs. Right on the price, right on the pike. Freisinger Hyundai, 6115 Carlisle Pike, Mechanicsburg, 717-766-8422. During this time, many are out of work and struggling just to get by. It's good to know that your friends at Capital City Buy and Sell in Harrisburg have your back. If you're in need of extra help during the pandemic, you can pawn or sell unwanted or unneeded items that you may have laying around your house, including jewelry, electronics, tools, musical instruments, and a whole lot more. Capital City Buy and Sell is open 7 days a week, and they're always paying cash. Plus, they have low pawn interest and terms if you aren't quite ready to say goodbye to your item just yet. Capital City Buy and Sell, 3517 Walnut Street, Harrisburg. Online at harrisburgpapawn.com. Great news, everyone. American Shaman of PA's doors are back open for normal operations, and they're ready to bring you the much-needed relief that you've been waiting for. They care about their customers, and their customers keep coming back for more. Steve K says, American Shaman products drastically decrease my back pain and relieve my stress in just 1 month. Thank you. Stop by your local American Shaman of PA store for a free CBD sparkling water and free samples. Find their locations and more at hempushealth.com.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
This was very interesting when I read this study the other day. If you make a certain amount of money, you're richer than 90% of the world. 90% of the world. A certain amount of money takes you to the wealthiest 10% on planet Earth.
There's no way that's us, Puff. Is it?
Steph, I want you to take a guess on what it takes. Now, think about America, okay? Bunch of billionaires here, tons of millionaires. But it's not like that everywhere. We're talking about Earth, not the United States. To be in the top 10%, how much money do you think you have to have?
I mean, I would think it's close to 6 figures, but I really don't know that much about money and finances and all that.
It is close to 6 figures, but it's not 6 figures. To be in the top 10%, wealthiest 10% on Earth, you have to make $93,000 a year.
Wow. Okay. I thought it would be maybe 6 figures or a little over.
Yeah. It's basically
that's actually like relatively like attainable. It's not like that crazy.
It's not even $93,000 a year. It's if you have a net worth of $93,000. So to calculate your net worth, you simply subtract what you owe from your total assets. So if your house is worth $200,000 and you owe $50,000, and you get another $50,000 in a car or all these other payments, if you have $93,000 in assets, then you're among the 10% wealthiest people on the planet.
Oh wow. Okay, so I don't have any assets. I don't think.
Sure you do.
I just have student. Zoe. I have a Zoe.
Yeah, and we found out the other day that you wouldn't trade her for $1 million. So Zoe's worth more than $1 million.
True. Okay,
Right.
so I'm in the top 10%.
Right.
then.
Totally. Yeah, it's interesting to think that way. There's just a lot, what you don't know is there like in China, like 1 billion poor people in China. So you're like, as bad as you think your life is, you could be a dirt poor person in China.
Right.
You could be dirt poor in China. All right.
I was hoping you were going to do your Trump imitation.
So we're not doing too bad. We're not doing great, but we're not doing too bad. One quick thing before we get to Stump Steph. Singapore Airlines has been looking for some ways to make money as the coronavirus pandemic, basically collapses air travel. Their latest venture, would you want to do this? Turn their planes into restaurants and serve airline food. Singapore Airlines started taking reservations for lunch on October 24th and 25th aboard 2 Airbus 380 planes. Available seat was reserved within a half an hour, prompting the airline to look at expanding the program. So it means people are interested in doing this. Steph, would you want to go over to HIA, sit in one of the planes, and eat lunch?
Absolutely not. I don't even like getting on planes. I mean, I do it because I like going to Florida, but it's not actually the process of flying that I enjoy. It's going to a destination and getting off the plane.
So you don't want to go to plane. So if like a guy was like, hey, I want to take you to HIA for lunch, we're going to go have plane food. That wouldn't be something you'd do?
Aw, I mean, that would be kind of sweet because he's obviously putting thought into trying to make like a creative date. So that would actually be really cool. But for me to just do it like with Fred or something, like I'd rather just hit up like, Duke's or something.
Right. We'll be like, I'm ready to go through Chick-fil-A drive-thru. All right,
Yes.
let's stump Steph. In an internet survey, 71% of women, 56% of men said they do not like this. I know it's very broad. 71% of women, 56% of men. So what do women hate more than men hate?
Is it a food?
No, it's not a food. What are women more critical of than men?
Clothing.
Getting close, but no.
An accessory?
No.
Is it something you have to do?
No.
What do women hate more than men?
This is going to make so much sense once you women worry about this way more than men do. We talked about this recently too. What do you
Trying to lose weight.
You're so close.
Dieting.
No, you were so close. What do you criticizing if you think you need to diet?
Getting on the scale.
No. Think more broad. In general,
I hate the way I look.
their bodies. 71% of women, 56% of men say they do not like their own body.
That's really sad. That's a lot of people.
That's so many. And I like how men are just like, it'll do.
Works for me.
Women are like, oh my God, look at. And then it's like insert some random part of their body that only they can. The back of my knees are disgusting. Oh my God. Have you seen how hideous my ankles are? Jesus, no wonder I'm still single. Time to get cats.
It's true. Everybody has their thing they don't like about themselves.
And men look in the mirror and go, I'd hit on myself.
Yep, pretty much. That makes sense.
All right. According to statistics, 7% of kids will lose a tooth eating this. It is a favorite-ish food of yours.
Is it sticky?
It can be. There's several different variations of this food product.
Mac and cheese.
No. Think about something they lose a tooth on.
Corn on the cob.
You are so close. So unbelievably close.
Oh, corn dog.
No. You're closer with corn on the cob. So close.
Corn fritters.
No. Put something before corn.
Oh, caramel corn. Popcorn.
Popcorn. Good job.
Oh, woo. Took a minute to get there, but we made it, everybody.
7% of kids eat popcorn and lose a tooth. I could see that. Get a kernel in there.
Right. Those kernels get stuck in your teeth real bad.
Cool. We figured it out. All right, friends. That was a fantastic Thursday show. No retainer today. We have received several compliments about you and a retainer, though. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yep. So that's coming again. Don't you worry. We'll see you for the Big Friday show. Have a great Thursday.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.